Welcome to Porch Play Chat, sponsored by the American Association for Promoting the Child's Right to Play, or more affectionately called IPA-USA. IPA-USA is the USA affiliate of the International Play Association. You can find more about IPA-USA by visiting our website at IPAUSA.org, and you can find more about IPA World by visiting their website at IPAworld.org. I'm Deb Lawrence, and I'm president of IPA. And we've introduced these Porch Play Chats because our mission is all about promoting the child's right to play. And so these Porch Play Chats are conversations with people who are just as passionate about play as we are. And so each week on Monday, if you are a friend on our Facebook page, or if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, which you can do at IPAUSA.org, and up in that top right-hand corner is the link to our Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube channel. If you subscribe or become a friend on Facebook, magically, every Monday, a Porch Play Chat will appear in your feed. With me on the porch today is Teresa Casey. Teresa.
Hi there. It's really great to be here.
We're so glad to have you. So Teresa has a long history with IPA World. She's the past president. She has been working with IPA Scotland as a consultant. She gave me a huge list of resources that I'm going to put in the Porch Play Chat so that you can learn more about Teresa. And you can learn about her work with IPA World as well as her work in Scotland. And Teresa's here to talk to us today about the World Conference, so the International World Conference. And so, Teresa, I'm just going to get started, and I'm going to ask you, for someone who hasn't ever been to an IPA World Conference, tell us what we might expect and what makes it different.
IPA World Conferences are fantastic. I've been going to them every 3 years since I was a young play worker, when I was working directly in adventure playgrounds with children. I used to work with disabled children mainly, and they were such an inspiration to me from the very beginning because of the mixture of people that come together who are all at their core absolutely passionate about children's play. And we get people coming from all over the world, from all different contexts, different settings, different professions, different levels in their career. We get people who are just starting out and people who've been, like me, working in play for years and years and years already. And I think that's what makes it really unique. It's the one global opportunity that completely focuses on children's right to play and just creates a space that allows all those conversations to happen. So it's a really fantastic thing. I think no matter what stage you're at, it's a wonderful thing to be part of. And I think they have a sort of sense of being particularly friendly and welcoming, and you can find your place within them really easily. So it's a lovely experience, as well as providing lots of stimulation, papers, presentations, all sorts of different experiences through the conference itself.
I think one of the things that I find most rewarding about it as well is my goodness, the things that are happening to promote play around the world are incredible. And we can learn so much from what other countries are doing and what other individuals are doing to promote play. But I think the piece that I find most fulfilling is being in a place with other people who believe that play is important.
That's right.
And who are excited about finding new tools and new ways to advocate for play. And so I know that the conference is going to be in the city of Glasgow, Scotland. I have never been to Scotland.
Oh, well, it's on your list now, I hope.
Yes. Oh, yes. I'm coming early. And I may stay a couple days late. But if you could talk to us a little bit about what the plans are looking like and when people should be able to register. They need to start saving their pennies and putting aside dollars every month so that they can go to Glasgow. Can you tell us a little bit about the venue and a little bit about when people might be able to register, if there's a call for presentations, all of those sort of nuts and bolts that will kind of help people get an idea of what to expect.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll just pick up on your point about being in a space with lots of other people that believe, like we do, that children's play is so important, because lots of people spend time where they're having to convince other people, or they feel that the only person standing up for children's right to play. So it's an amazing thing. I think sometimes it really boosts you up when you know you're with people that believe the same as you do, and you're with, you know, people that fellow thinkers. So that's a fantastic thing. Yeah, the planning for the conference is going really, really well. It's been tricky. Obviously, we were coming off the back of COVID, and there's lots of, you know, issues around the world that are making it difficult for people to come together. But we have a really great group of people here in Scotland, and then connected with international advisory groups and members of our steering group who are planning the conference, and it's well underway now. So we're very excited about it. And whenever we go to the conference venue, we become even more excited, because we have a very, very lovely venue right in the centre of Glasgow, city of Glasgow, which is Scotland's second city. So our conference venue is Glasgow Caledonian University. It has a very lovely conference venue with lots of various different types of spaces that we can use, a lovely lecture theatre. We have a space that we're all in love with, which is called the Lantern. And it's a kind of floating circular space with glass walls. And I think all of us are vying to be presenting in the Lantern, because it's such a lovely space. So it's a very nice space, and it's a kind of quite lively and interesting spot, because it's right in the heart of the city of Glasgow. So it'll be a very fun place for people to come and be part of the conference, but also be able to experience city life around about it. And Glasgow's famous for being a very friendly city. People love to talk. So they'll be very welcoming of visitors from all different parts of the world, and love to chat about where are you from, and what, you know, how have you found the city, and to give people tips about things that they can do when they're there. So I think altogether, the conference venue and then its location in Glasgow is going to be really lovely for people to come to. But yes, do start saving your pennies for the flights and the accommodation and for your ticket for the conference. Yes.
And so when might registration be open? Are we going to open it like January? Or are we going to open it earlier?
Well, stop the press, Deb, because tickets are available now. You can buy your ticket. So the ticket system is open. We've sold tickets already, so we're excited about that. You can buy tickets, do everything basically through the conference website, which is www.IPA-Glasgow2023.org. Hope I've got that right. And you'll find all the information about the conference on the website, the themes, how to submit an abstract, how to buy your ticket. And it also gives you lots of information about Glasgow and about things you can do in Scotland a bit more widely as well, for people who'd like to travel. So tickets are available now. If you do book before Christmas time, I think it's early December, then the tickets are a wee bit cheaper. So that's worth bearing in mind. If you we're all looking at the pennies at the moment and want to be careful about our costs. So we have an early bird rate, which closes on the 5th of December. And we can also sell group tickets.
That's very good to know.
Yes.
And I want you to put in the chat the Glasgow conference website. That way I can put it into the Porch Play chat as well. And we'll make sure that everybody has the correct websites. Okay. And we can talk about that later, and you can do it later when we're not.
Oh, good. Okay. So I'm a terrible multitasker.
I know, it's fine.
I think typing live might have been the end of me.
I know. I'll just make sure that it's in both the Facebook and the YouTube channel description, so that people can go right away and get that early bird discount. Yes. And so if you're thinking about presenting, can you talk to us a little bit about the theme so that people can get an idea, like how long are the sessions going to be that you might be considering putting forth an abstract for? What are some considerations the conference committee is thinking about in highlighting the importance of play in children's lives? So to sort of help individuals who might be wanting to present to get an idea of what you're looking for?
Sure. So I would say, first of all, that if you have done good work, interesting work with children, that you're on the ground, or you're an academic or a researcher, anybody who's working in a field of play, then we want to hear your ideas. So it's not a traditional conference in that everything has to be academic research. We really want to hear from people who are working directly with children or working directly with communities, working for children and communities, but in all sorts of different ways. So, you know, it's a kind of, so we want a really rich picture and flavor of play that comes through all the different presentations. And with that in mind, there are quite a few different ways that you can present. So you could present a paper, the traditional paper, where you've got some research or a project that you want to describe and submit that. We can also have panel discussions, so that could be several people who are connected by a theme that can discuss together. And in that case, we would give you a longer period of time. You could do a poster presentation, so that's just a visual presentation on posters. You would be given guidelines, and that would be exhibited throughout the conference so that people can come and have a look at your exhibition or your space and see it that way. And we're also open to kind of wild card ideas. So if you've got something that doesn't fit a traditional character, then tell us about it and we'll see what we can do. And we've had one or two people already come through to us to say there's something they would really like to do. I'm keeping those up my sleeve at the moment though, because we know that, you know, play people are creative people and they're flexible thinkers and they sometimes do things in different ways, and we want to be able to accommodate that. And that's what makes a really fantastic conference, you know. So you can get all the academic research, you can listen, you can be a part of the dialogue and the discussion, but you can also experience lots of things by, you know, engaging with the way that people want to present their work in different ways. So please talk to us about any ideas you have. We are open. The abstract system, though, when you are ready to submit, everything has to go through the abstract system. So whatever type of presentation that you want to do, just make sure you log in, first of all, through the website, and then it'll direct you to how to submit an abstract. And again, you need to make sure you get it in by the deadline.
Yes. And when is the deadline for abstracts?
The deadline is the same as the deadline for the early bird registration. So that's the 5th of December.
Makes it easy for us to remember. We don't have all these other dates in there.
Yes.
So, and I don't know what I know you've already got registration open, but I'm curious, at other world conferences, what has the attendance looked like and what are you hoping for this one?
So in terms of where people are coming from, so coming from all over the world, we've said sort of typically at least 30 different countries. So that's very exciting to get to meet people from all different parts of the world. Sometimes it's been as high as 50 different countries, which again is just amazing. I think on top of that, it's not just the, you know, where you are coming from in the part of the world, but also what, you know, it's what you bring. So there's people, as I say, bringing, you know, sort of different approaches to play or different issues that they're grappling with or different sort of social contexts. And I think at the moment, we know that people who are working in children's play, you know, are actually having to deal with a lot. We've been through periods of huge upheaval. We've had the pandemic. There's conflict in different parts of the world. So we know that people are kind of really engaging with issues around children's play and children's day-to-day lives in the way that's just really important and critical. So I think people are bringing all of that in terms of, you know, the types of conversations and the backgrounds and, you know, what we want to talk about together. Coming from different countries and, as I say, different disciplines. We're aiming to have around 350 people on site for the conference over our 4 days, and we can have up to about 500 in total. After that, we'll have to see if we can make more space, but that's where we are. And we know at the moment it can be quite hard to sort of think about traveling, and, you know, some people are a little bit hesitant because of, again, like the external factors. But we would really love to see everybody and welcome them to Glasgow and to an IP World Conference once again after we've had a wee bit of a break. So it will be fantastic to get people back together again.
Well, and I think people are ready.
Mm.
They're ready to come back to a face-to-face conference. The IPA-USA is doing one October 6th through 9th in San Antonio, Texas of this year. And people have just been flooding, a face-to-face conference, really?
Mm-hmm.
We're actually
Yes.
getting together.
That's right.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Together.
Yes.
And what an amazing way to reconnect with other humans who are passionate about play. So I know that some people may have never been to Glasgow or been to Scotland like me. And so tell us about the must-see places. So if we want to come early and stay late, what are some things that we could go and visit in Scotland or even in the surrounding countries?
Okay, so well, once you arrive in Glasgow itself, if you come to the city of Glasgow, there's all sorts of lovely things to go and see. So I could make a huge list. But a few things I would recommend are definitely there's some really amazing museums and galleries in Glasgow that can give you just some of them are very particular to Glasgow, can give you more of the sort of Glasgow Scottish story, and some are the types of galleries that have got amazing collections of artifacts and history from all over the world. Kelvin Grove is one of my favorite ones. They're all very accessible within the city. For people who are interested in architecture, you may have heard of our famous Scottish architect, Charles Rennie Mackintosh. And there's some amazing examples in Glasgow of his work, in particular, a house called the House of an Art Lover, which I think should draw everybody in. Glasgow also has some really lovely urban spaces, parks and green spaces, which I would definitely recommend getting out and about to. And again, one of my favourites is called the Hidden Garden, and it's behind an amazing contemporary arts venue in the city again, and there's a garden behind it, which is, well, it's called the Hidden Garden, so I'll leave it to you to imagine what might be there.
That sounds so exciting.
Yeah.
And isn't Glasgow known for being a family-friendly or a child-friendly city?
Oh, absolutely. And generally a friendly city, I would say, yeah. So families are welcome everywhere. When you're out and about, you'll find that, people do just want to chat and give you a warm welcome. So I think people will really enjoy coming to the city itself. And as I say, there's lovely green spaces to use, and there's also the river. So if you need some fresh air along the river, you should get down there. And then there's lovely food. There's our Scottish culture to sample and our traditional music. So whether you stay in Glasgow or whether you get out and about around Scotland, I think you'll find all of those lovely things. And I would definitely recommend that delegates who come to the conference come and sample a ceilidh with us. And should I tell you a little bit about our ceilidh?
I would like you to. That sounds amazing.
Okay. And I think we'll have a great one during the conference itself. So a ceilidh is a traditional Scottish party, and we'll have traditional band with fiddles, accordion, possibly bagpipes. Don't always have bagpipes at a ceilidh, but we might do. And a ceilidh is all about dancing and being together. It's all about a gathering. So we have our traditional Scottish dances, which are really fun and lively. And in a ceilidh, you get somebody to teach you the dances first of all. So we have a caller who would explain all the dances to us first, and then we'll strike up the music, and everybody will have a really good dance, lots of burling and twirling around till everyone's exhausted, and then you sit down, have a wee dram to get your so that you can recover from the dancing before you start all over again.
Well, oh my goodness. So it sounds like we're going to be playing at a play conference.
Absolutely.
And this is a wonderful way to be introduced not only to the Scottish culture, but to have so much fun with other people from around the world.
Yeah.
So, Teresa, is there anything else that we should know about the conference before we wrap up? Is there anything that you want us to make sure we remember or make sure that we've covered before we wrap up the Porch Play Chat?
Sure. Well, I think I'd just like to say the thing that I'm most looking forward to is kind of rekindling of the memory from other IPA World conferences. So I have been quite to quite a few over the years. I've been to most of them every 3 years. And at every conference, there's this amazing moment at the beginning where people are meeting again after a period of time. And especially this time when we had to cancel the last World Conference, which sadly should have been in Jaipur. So we've had 6 years since the last IPA World Conference. And I'm really looking forward to that moment where people are hurling themselves into each other's arms and saying, it's really great to see you again.
Oh my.
It would just be such a lovely thing. But to make sure you do that, do remember, buy your ticket. If possible, buy it before the early bird rate runs out. And just remember to, it's your conference, it's our conference, isn't it? So I think just to sort of reiterate that we really want people to be able to participate and share their work and share their knowledge and their thoughts and gain that from each other. So, to take part in the way that you would really like to, I think is an important thing. And that's what will sustain us all, because it's what we need to take away with us afterwards is, all that inspiration and ideas and motivation to carry on our work for children and for play afterwards.
Yes. And I think what I have found so amazing about being on the IPA World Council is the amount of work and the creativity in all of these other countries in how they're promoting play. We can learn so much from each other. Yeah. And so that whole piece is motivation enough. If you're struggling with families who don't understand why play is so important, and they're concerned about their children's academic performance when they get to school, this is the place where you can get some tips on how to help them, how to bring them in to understanding the importance of play. If you're a college professor and you're teaching education courses, how can you help the students in your classrooms understand why play is so important and provide playful experiences to them so that they can see the value of how they learn through play, if learning is one of the opportunities you're looking for. And so, but I think it's the creativity that is so amazing, and the inspirational ideas and projects that people are doing. And if you're interested in play work, this will be a fabulous place to come, because I'm sure there'll be many people like Teresa on play work. And so this is something that you need to be saving your pennies for. So Teresa, I'm going to wrap us up, but don't go anywhere, because we're going to put in the chat the conference website so that people can have that. But hang in, I'll be right back. So to learn more about IPA-USA, please visit our website at IPAUSA.org. And until next time, keep on playing.